Hello, my name is Marcus Judd, and I'm here to give a presentation on moral cognitivism versus non-cognitivism. Cognitivism is perhaps best defined as the denial of non-cognitivism. Cognitivists think that moral sentences are apt for truth or fallacy, and that the state of mind of accepting a moral judgment is typically one of belief. They think that typical utterances of indicative sentences containing moral predicates express belief in the same way that other sentences with ordinary descriptive predicates typically do. Non-cognitivism is a variety of irrealism about ethics with a number of influential variants. Roughly put, non-cognitivists think that moral statements have no substantial truth conditions. Furthermore, according to non-cognitivists, with people utter moral sentences that are not typically expressing state of mind, which are beliefs or which are cognitive in the way that beliefs are, rather than expressing non-cognitive attitudes more similar to desires, approval, or disapproval. Subjectivism is defined as the doctrine that all knowledge is limited to the experiences you have been through. Furthermore, deeming transcendent knowledge, or the knowledge of the future, is virtually impossible. Contrast with cognitivist subjectivism examples. Various versions of cognitive subjectivism equate moral properties such as rightness with a property of being approved of by someone or a group. Cognitive subjectivists can express a dislike of something by simply saying that one dislikes it. Non-cognitivists believe that we express moral attitudes by disliking something by either booing or hissing. Prescriptivism and universal prescriptivism. Prescriptivism suggests that moral judgments are a type of perspective judgment and that moral sentences in the indicative mood are semantically more akin to imperatives than indicatives. In other words, prescriptivists believe that one's moral judgment toward an individual is based on one's current mood at any given moment. Universal prescriptivism. Sincerely accepting a command directed at oneself involves doing it if one is in circumstances where it applies and one is able to, and otherwise intending to do it should one find itself in those circumstances. Since moral commands are universal according to the theory, they will be directed at everyone. Thus, anyone who sincerely accepts a moral judgment will be disposed to do so. What they believe right in the circumstances where they can. Less sincere judgments may lack this important connection. Wishful thinking objective. A recent objection to non-cognitivism pays close attention to the difference between explaining logical relations on the one hand and explaining the use of moral judgment in reasoning on the other. Wishful thinking objectives suggest that if one knows the facts about the repercussions of their actions, then their moral judgment will change. Wishful thinking example. Suppose someone accepts a judgment expressible by saying, if doing an action is wrong, George will do it. Normally, we think that it would be rational for that person to infer the belief that George will hit Sam upon coming to accept that hitting Sam is wrong. But according to non-cognitivism, coming to the exception that hitting Sam is wrong is just a change of non-cognitive attitude, and that it can seem wrong to think that a change in such attitudes can rationalize a change in belief. It looks like non-cognitivism is committed to approving wishful thinking. If George knew the full consequence that would come from hitting Sam, we wish his moral decision to do so would be different. In conclusion, non-cognitivism first came on the scene as rather starkly drawn alternative to prevailing cognitivists and realist controls of moral conversation. The claim that moral judgments cannot be true or false become the claim that they would be true or false only in the minimal or deflationary sense. Not all of the shifts have been embraced by all non-cognitivists, but it is fair to say that current versions are more complex and subtle than theories from which they descend. Thank you.